Amazon's Novaact SDK enables natural language control of the web browser, which means that it may eventually eliminate the need for coding in UI testing automation frameworks such as Selenium, Cypress, or Playwright. Let's try it out for a few minutes, and then I'll give my practical projection for the future of browser-based testing. I have a very short script here, but I think it should be enough to give you an idea of how Novaact works. When we instantiate Novaact, it starts the browser and then goes to a starting page, which I'm hosting locally. To get Novaact to execute an instruction, simply call the act function and use natural language to describe what you want it to do. Let me go ahead and run this code. We should see the browser pop up. It's going to load the page. Let me move this to the side. The first thing I wanted to do is randomly click on one of the menu items. The second thing that I wanted to do is to enter a random quantity into the quantity box right here. Looks like it entered 5. And finally, I want to add the item to the cart. So hopefully you'll see the Add to Cart button and click on it. Okay, looks like it did add the item to the cart because on the top right, near the shopping bag, it shows 5 of the item that was added. Now going back to the script, let's go down to the terminal. Let me maximize this. Here we see the first instruction and we see Novaact thinking. I am on a restaurant menu page on the GoBelly website. Well, it's not the GoBelly website, so we can see that there is some hallucination happening in the language model right now, but that's okay. Let's see, my task is to click on one of the menu items. I see multiple menu items on the page, each with a text label. I should click on one of the text labels. We can see that it clicked on somewhere within these coordinates. Now, after performing that action, it continues to think about what it did. I see a pop-up for S8 hot and sour soup menu item, which means my last action was successful. I have clicked on the menu item. My task is complete and I need to return. Good. So all this thinking was for instruction on the first line here. Now the second instruction, within the pop-up window, enter a random quantity. I am on a menu page for a restaurant. I see a pop-up for item S8 hot and sour soup with a quantity field set to 1. I should type 5 into the quantity field to change it. We can see it performing that action. I see the quantity field now shows 5. My task is complete. I need to return. Good. Finally, the last instruction down here, add the item to the cart. The task is to add the item to the cart. The Add to Cart button is visible on the page. I need to click on the Add to Cart button and it went ahead and clicked on that coordinate. Finally, the last action was to click on the Add to Cart button. Based on the current screenshot, the number of items in the cart increased. Therefore, my last action was successful. The task was to add the item to the cart is complete and return. Novaact was released at the end of March 2025 as an early preview in the US only. Currently, it is very slow, taking about 10 to 30 seconds per action. It claims to have accuracies of around 80%. I don't believe this is good enough for practical use. In the 26-27 timeframe, I expect speed and accuracy to reach an acceptable state that companies are willing to jump in. As you saw in the demo, by using natural language, we are able to describe the actions that we want in a much more general manner. This means less effort spent on keeping test code in sync with the UI code. Reduced maintenance could lead to reduced team size. In the 2028-29 timeframe, I expect Novaact or similar tools to be integrated into testing suites. The tester would only need to focus on the test prompts within this no-code environment. This further diminishes the need for testers with programming skills. The test suites themselves will start to have test case generation capabilities, which could lead to further diminishing team sizes. By 2030, we may reach a point where the entire testing pipeline is automated by AI test agents. from reading product requirements to generating test cases, executing them, logging the issues. Currently, coding agents are emerging, so by 2030 we can expect coding agents to automatically pick up and fix those issues. At this point, there may be few human testers needed to configure and babysit the test agents, or they'll be handling cases where the agents are still lacking. So that's my practical projection. What do you think will happen?